Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? I decided to load it up a little early. See, that I didn't even wait for the bar to fully load. I'm feeling froggy tonight. Feeling froggy.
It's getting me thirsty, though, watching that whole tea thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, we do the sizzle and bacon on Thursday mornings. And I thought, you know, really what we're doing tonight, we like to spill the tea tonight. So we like to spill a little tea. So while we're sipping that hot tea, you know, because there's a lot that goes on in comics over the weekend we get to talk about. And Tuesdays have been a glorious day for content. Today there was a fantastic debate, if that's what you can even call it, that took place over on NerdCap's channel. That was a slaughter of that was kind of a mental smackdown and verbal smackdown. It was kind of ridiculous. We might talk about that a little bit tonight. But yeah, so there's
for like 2 hours, that was Ethan's channel. That was
yeah, he pretty much owned that, you know.
I mean, I will take your word for it. I only watched like first 10 minutes on a replay. I haven't watched it all. I just heard the Ethan's pompous prayer part and I went, oh gosh.
I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Man, at first Ethan started out with the prayer. I was like, oh yeah, this is great. Felt the spirit. I was about to shout, and then I was like, wait, hold on a second, because like I closed my eyes, right? I'm like, I'm closing my eyes. I'm praying along. I'm like, yes, Lord, thank you, Jesus. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, did he just say? No, never mind. That's extra now. No, he's back. Oh wait, what? What? Okay. Well, I guess this is where we're at now. This is what's happening. But no, overall, I get it. He was trying to. I think maybe that's always his personality. It's not quite my personality, but I'll tell you what. There's one thing for dang sure. I would not want to debate Ethan on something he's prepared for, because he does do his homework. Now, I would probably debate him on theology, because I mean, for him to have done as much homework as me, he'd have to gone to school for a number of years. So that's. That's the one thing I've got papers and dissertations for, whatever, that crap, I'm learned when it comes to that crap. But no, so yeah, we might talk about that a little bit, but we got Dojo Kun here tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's up, Dojo?
Hey, glad to be here. I'm excited to talk about the project, but before we get to that, it sounds like you've got some topics lined up, some of which I've read a bit about, so I might be able to contribute.
Good. That's the idea. We hope so. What's up? Neff is here. We got Neff and Blue Samurai both in the chats. We got a few people watching. Be sure to go ahead and pop in the chats and let us know that you're here. We'll try to keep an eye on it as best we can. But we're here to hang out and just chill out for about an hour. Piper, how has your week gone so far?
I mean, it's just Tuesday.
Right.
But so far pretty good. Fairly productive.
Yeah.
Fairly.
I saw that, speaking of Uncle E, he brought you up on a stream with Malin, and they were talking about, and you got EFAP'd. Is that what they call it now? Is that what the kids are calling it, EFAP'd?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's when you're watching somebody else's stream and pausing to comment on it.
Oh yeah, you got clipped.
Video. You could EFAP the video.
Yeah, they got clipped. Is what happened. Is they got clipped talking about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dissing me, though.
They were dissing you, right?
Yeah, they were dissing me.
So here's the deal, right? So you did this picture on Twitter of you in a baseball cap with a mustache, right? And then,
and actual eyebrows. At least, it looks like actual.
Yeah, it looks like actual eyebrows. Now, a lot of you guys don't know this, but Piper actually did a cosplay of Chlorine. And she looks fantastic.
Oh,
in the Chlorine costume. She looks amazing. And so I posted that picture. And I said, no, this should be your new thing. And she's got some compliments on that. So I hope it helps you feel good about yourself. But you should, Piper. You should.
Yeah, I know when I first did those pictures, I ran with that as my profile picture for a bit. And I cycled through them. I try to put new stuff up there. The mustache thing was left over from where I was on a stream that was supposed to be all dudes.
Right. Okay.
So I actually Like you can't tell during that stream. I actually had the chest binder and everything. Like I went all out.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was
Of
impressed by
course.
your stash. It had like the very like Hulk Hogan, NWO vibe.
It was a nice stash.
So what
Yeah.
that was is the eyebrows and the stash were both eyebrow wigs. Eyebrow wigs. That
Eyebrow
I'd gotten
wigs.
for something else and didn't use. And I was like, these
Wow.
are sticky. And I just, yeah.
I didn't even know there was such a thing as eyebrow
It
wigs.
was supposed to be like mink hair or something fancy. I don't know. But
Same.
yeah. Stuck them on my face and made a mustache out of them. That's why they're so like thin and angular.
No, okay.
Oh,
I was wondering how it was like that pencil stash on there. Now
They
Neff
were
is
supposed to be like women's. They were
alright.
supposed to be for women, right? And the whole reason they didn't get used for a thing I was doing is because for women's eyebrows, those are huge.
Mm.
I was like, these are just giant for my face. It would take me forever. I'd
I
probably
don't
screw them
know.
up
You know
trying
these-
to get them right.
You know, there's these women now. They draw these big fat, like that big mark you get when you got a garage
yeah.
sale.
Yeah,
And they just draw this thing on their face now, and like some of these women, they get it tattooed on their face, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
they get
those
it.
are women that are going to a tattoo artist for their eyebrows instead of a
Whatever they
Shit.
call it.
yeah, I was gonna say instead of an actual beautician, basically,
Yeah.
which will do the razor blading thing.
Yeah, they got some name for it. Did you know this, guys?
Microblading. That's what it is.
Microblading.
The ink is on a
No, I don't know that.
strand-looking blade, and they actually they ink each individual eyebrow. They'll tattoo each
Wow.
hair on you instead of just this.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We got Ravensloft here. Welcome,
I
Ravensloft.
want to do it actually.
I think
but
they're
it's like
funding right now.
$600.
Go check them out on Kickstarter. Yeah,
I
I
used to
guess-
drive for Lyft, and when the kit came in, that Lyft, their whole thing was the pink mustache. So you put a pink mustache on the front of your car, and people know that you're driving for Lyft. And they sent this packet with all these little pink mustaches. So me and my kids, we had our fake mustaches for a couple of weeks. They didn't last very long though.
That sounds
Dude.
like fun though.
Have you seen these
Yeah, it was cool.
these people that will tattoo that little handlebar mustache like what Dutton's got on the inside
On
of
their-
their fingers so they can do that? What's up with that?
That was a big fad in like the 2000s.
Yeah, like 2000. I would say like 2010-ish.
Yeah, maybe the 2010s.
You know,
And
here's-
now I know so many people that are like, now I got this stupid mustache on my
Right?
finger. And I wish
It's like
people-
tribal tattoos, right? If you've got like a tribal band or a tramp stamp, like
It dates you at
Bob
least.
wire.
barbed wire or something, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I've not gotten a tattoo, not because I'm opposed to tattoos, just because I can't think of anything I would want permanently put on my body, because I'm going to change my mind. There's two things I've not changed my mind about in my life.
Just
My wife.
get tattoos of your comic characters and like logos and stuff.
I probably won't like them in 10 years. Screw those
Right.
guys.
Yeah, but see, then you could be like, you could have like a sleeve of tattoos and be like, hey, here's my resume.
Right? Yeah, I could do that. Like go in there and like have it self-drawn. And I do design tattoos for people, which is really weird. Having no
I
income.
kind of have a lot-ish, but every single one of my tattoos was about 10 years of thinking about before, like, getting them,
Yeah.
planning them out. Like, I will sit on an idea for a long time to make sure I'm definitely committed.
So
Neff notices that we've got Justin tonight.
Yeah,
Way to
last
go, Justin.
week, Transformer or whatever went out, so I didn't have power till like midnight-ish.
Justin, not just last week, it's been every week that we've done the show. This is our like what, third or
Let's hear the
fourth?
week before last.
Yeah, I think this might be the fourth one.
I think this might be the fourth one. I have to look at the tag. Is it this is the fourth one? Crap, I don't even know. I don't care.
Well, we had a 0,
Yeah,
so
fourth one.
if this is it's number 4, so we've technically had 5.
Yes, this is technically
Okay,
five.
so I've been here for like 2, or at least on the
You've been
not
here for
counting the
2.
prequel. Been here for about half. 50-50.
Yeah,
I think you've been
whatever
here
gets you through the
less
day.
than The ratio is less.
You've been here less than Todd. You've been here only one more time than Dojo. And this isn't even Dojo's show. Dojo literally only has to show up one more time to be equal with you.
To tie one of the hosts. Okay.
Yeah. But doesn't it? I'm glad things got worked out. It's nice to have the band back together. Real nice to have the band back. Todd, what's going on in Todd world?
Oh man, it's kind of been a long week. My wife had surgery last week, so I've been helping her with all of her stuff, and we've got a kid going off to college on Friday, so getting ready for that.
You're not that old, are you? Did you start having kids when you were 12?
Exactly. Yep. I've actually got 3 out of the house now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm pretty sure when the kids get out of the house, I'm just gonna run around all the time in my underwear. Yeah. Too bad I got glass. My front doors are glass, so that's disturbing for the neighbors. But you know, it's a good way to get them to quit stopping by. You know? I got this neighbor that's he's like so conspiracy theory, like he brings me these newspapers that are like all like super hard conspiracy theory stuff, and it's pretty. He had these giant generators installed behind his house, right? And we thought because we get hurricanes here. He goes, no, it's for when Biden shuts off the electricity. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's probably not going to do that. He's just going to make you have to sell one of your kidneys to keep it on. You know, this guy, he's a peach. But anyway, I like him. He's a fun guy. Sometimes I'll just feed into his conspiracy theories. And I actually had someone once when I was talking about Nerd Bacon. They go, isn't that reckless? And I go, yeah, it is, but that's...
You don't care.
I don't
you
care.
live in like Florida, right? So like,
Yeah.
y'all got what, iguanas or something? You can be like, hey, that's one of the babies for the lizard people.
Man, we got lizards everywhere.
Yeah, like you got lizards everywhere.
Everything
like,
crawls here,
they're
man.
spies for the lizard people. And the lizard
You
people
walk by, the ground moves, man. It's crazy.
Dude, that's what I loved about Louisiana.
Yeah.
Lots of cute little crawlies.
So you know, I want to go back to that the tattoo thing. You guys know these people that like get celebrities tattooed on their body?
I do not understand.
Right?
And somebody else's, it's not even your family member. Like they don't know you exist.
Could
So having them tattooed on you.
Could you imagine anyone that has gotten Ezra Miller as the Flash tattooed on their body? How they might be feeling right now?
Oh man, I bet that's about a bunch of regret.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You know what? I just feel like some people probably just have a regret of just getting like the Flash logo, just because of Ezra Miller. Like, you retroactively kind of
yeah.
tarnish the Flash.
So
I have ink down. I've got the Superman S shield on my arm, and even that, I thought I would never change my mind. But you know, my fandom of the big two has changed so drastically. Kind of wish I didn't now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My opinion of those guys have, you know, these characters I thought I'd love forever. Wolverine, Gambit, you know, Spider-Man, Punisher. These characters I thought I would never not like. You know, I just thought there's no way. It's like there's no way in hell I'm not going to love these characters. And, you know, now I'm like, pretty much everything that comes out, I'm like, I reject it as canon. You know, I'm like, not my Superman, not my Punisher, not my Batman. And it's like I stopped caring. Like I don't even watch. People will send me these pages of like what's going on, and I saw the page. Maybe it was you, Dojo, that posted it of a Catwoman kicking the Flashes and knocking them out. I'm like, come on, physics.
It was like a year and a half ago, like Tom King.
You know, I'm okay I love stupid stuff in comics. Like when Supergirl had the pimple and she popped it and it like covered the bathroom in zit juice. I thought that was hilarious. Like people were like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's hilarious. I mean, let's talk about ridiculous, okay? Comic books need to have some ridiculous in them. I mean, for example, right? What is that? Is that
Oh, jeez.
some kind of spooge? I don't know
I
what that
hope
is.
it's
That's
ice
crazy.
cream.
I hope. It reminds me of that scene in The Office when they're at the hotel and they turn on the black light and he goes, "Oh, what's all over the bed and walls?" And they go, "Well, it's either blood, urine, or semen." He's like, "Oh, I hope it's urine." When urine is your best choice. Speaking of urine,
Oh, jeez.
right?
Imagine
Okay,
for
come on.
Pete's sake.
Let's laugh. I mean, I can laugh at this stuff. This stuff I can laugh at. This stuff I cannot. This I cannot laugh at. This is just ridiculous. I'm tired. Like, stop sticking your soy boy crap down my throat. I'm
It
done
is
with
so cringy, dude.
it. So cringy. And then you got that. But hey, we got to talk about this. Okay, so Ezra Miller.
Pretty boy.
Ezra Miller. I get he's not he's they them, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get that right. I don't want to offend anybody. So they go on this weird bender, right? Turns out that they are getting, like, they've been grooming people. There was a rumor of a cult. He was a cult leader for a moment, and then he's wanted. They're wanted for they're wanted for robbery, and it's like all of this compounded, right? And they've been on the run for a while, and then all of a sudden, sorry, I wasn't on my meds, and I'm seeking help. Forgive me.
Man, you missed the
Yeah.
fighting women in Hawaii at karaoke.
Oh, I guess I missed that
I was
one.
about to say it started so slow. It was like he assaulted somebody and everybody was like, it was a fan, they were in on it, they were having fun, and then he assaulted somebody again, and I don't know what the excuses were for that one.
He tackled
And then
that
it
one
just kept
pregnant lady.
escalating, and then it was like, so every week it was like they
Something
did
else.
something to one up the thing they did last week, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
They
So-
played the hold my
Welcome,
beer
24 Eyes?
with themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Although I did find it a little bit funny that the Flash was on the run and they were having a problem catching
Yeah.
the Flash.
Right? Yeah.
I enjoy
The irony was not lost on me
Yeah.
either. Like, come on now. We got Peter Palmiotti in here. Welcome tonight. We got 24 Eyes. Welcome. We got Telepathic Bunny. Welcome. Telepathic Bunny is one of our channel members, and you could become a channel member too. It's very easy. Become part of the Bacon Nation. Yeah.
I
So we named
enjoy
it
lately I've seen on Twitter people photoshopping the Ezra Miller Flash and changing the color yellow, making him the reverse Flash. I'm like, it fits in real life.
Yeah. But yeah, the idea they couldn't catch the Flash, that irony was not lost on me. In fact, I thought it was somewhat poetic. And, I'm laughing, and people were like, I kind of felt like Joaquin Phoenix and Joker. I'm chuckling. They're like, what are you laughing about? I'm like, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it.
And they were even mocking the police for not being able to find him, right?
Right, yeah, right. So
what is that one?
here's two things I want to talk about with this. And chat, let's get your opinions on this too. So here's the deal. Number one is mental health in the media in general and entertainment. There's been a history of entertainers with severe mental health that usually leads to overdose, suicide, or some kind of a breakdown like this, right? Let's be honest. Charlie Sheen should have had some help, right? Like, obviously, he was imploding. You look at Ezra Miller imploding. You look at what's the guy that did the Passion of the Christ?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, thank you.
Gibson.
Yeah, Mel
yeah,
Gibson
Mel
imploding. Those kind of things. Is this a just turn a blind eye thing, or is Ezra? Are they? I'm sorry, man. The whole pronoun thing screws me up. Are they trying to get an out of jail free card here with pulling the mental health card? Which is it? What do you guys think?
I think it's a hey, could I please keep my job? So this this is, I would say, not a cry for help. I think that all of the things that have been going on in their life have been cries for attention. And then when it got out of hand and they didn't know what to do about it, now they see just how, rough this is going to get for them, and they want to throw out the apology. I think it's crocodile tears at this point, and it's just trying to throw a patch on this so that the movie doesn't get scrapped.
Yeah.
I did hear that the whole phase of the DCU hinged on this movie, and part of what when they scrapped Batwoman,
Batgirl, yep.
Batgirl,
yeah.
That it was, that it was on top of this, and then you got Amber Heard with all that mess. It's like DC is not winning when it comes to their extended universe, their cinematic universe at all.
Yeah, so I think these actors that get these big roles and make a lot of money and a lot of attention. I think they get this idea that they're unstoppable and that nobody will say no to them. Nobody will, push back on anything that they want to do. And I've heard that Ezra Miller had a 12-year-old girl that was his girlfriend or something like that, and I don't know if that's true, but it just seems odd that that's even a possibility. And these people just don't tell them no, and they get this idea that I can just do whatever I want to, and and then it goes too far and they get a big head, I think.
I think you're right.
And I think it may start with mental health issues, but people feeding into that.
Peter does have a great point there, though, particularly about Robert Downey Jr. When he was cast as Tony Stark, I remember thinking, how could you possibly cast that train wreck as one of my favorite characters of all time? I mean, I'd seen him just spinning out of control in the media. He was basically becoming a caricature of his character in Less Than Zero, which was just an awful movie. And then for him to have such a redemption arc is impressive. I mean, he now is a perfect example of someone who can turn these things around. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, is there still hope for people like Ezra Miller? I suppose there is. And we'll have to see how sincere this apology is. Yeah. But it's got to be sincere, or we're all going to see right through it.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly hope it is sincere.
Robert Downey Jr. is like the best case of, hey, a celebrity actually went to prison for a bit. He got out. Obviously he's super talented, so he was able to continue an acting career. But, being away from it made him probably regroup, regather his thoughts, and like count his blessings and going, all right, I'm riding straighten up this ship.
I think that Tony Stark role was the best thing they could have all done for him for his comeback, because the character himself did the same thing.
Yeah.
Not in the movie, but people that were fans, they know that Tony Stark did the same crap.
Yeah,
and
they don't touch on it as much.
As soon as I heard that he was picked for Tony Stark, I was like, "That's fucking genius!" Like, and it didn't disappoint. Like, that man is Tony Stark, dude.
Right.
Yeah. It was definitely, I think, a good casting, but definitely it shows his it's a story of what a redemption can look like, and hopefully Ezra encounters something similar. We talk about mental health a lot, especially among, I'm a proponent of men's mental health, because men are kind of encouraged not to talk about their problems and their weaknesses, and so I I've had a lot of friends that have gone through Great Depression. I've had some friends take their lives due to depression and things like that. And so I talk about mental health a lot. That's kind of my, one of the things I want us to remove the stigma about. I think the violence we see in our country is due to mental health. I think, the shootings that we see, these mass shootings, it comes down to mental health. Mental health is a real issue. And I think, if there are people around Ezra that saw what they were going through, and obviously there had to be warning signs. There had to be. Why didn't anybody say anything or help earlier?
They're enabling it, is what I believe.
Probably.
I think, when you're like an average Joe and you're around your family, you start acting different, or maybe you were already diagnosed. Like, your friends and family are going to be able to tell, hey, something's not right. They might not be on their meds. We need to ask them what's up.
Yeah.
When you hit celebrity status, not only is your mental health problems possibly caused by that status itself, but you are surrounded by people that are going to enable the hell out of that shit for as long as they can get away with it, because, well, we need them for this, we need them for that, or, oh, well, yeah, but that instability is what makes them iconic, or whatever. Like, oh no, we can't have them on, the proper medication, because then they won't be doing, they won't be as perky for this or that. Like, it's the grind, and it's the people around them, it's the work itself. I think it all gets enabled for as long as they can get away with it, and as soon as it blows out of proportion,
let me bring
that's
up
when
one.
it's oops, sorry.
Yeah, let me bring up an iconic name, Bradley Knoll from Sublime. That young man, a tremendously gifted guitarist and songwriter, and died before his first album came out because, the fame, the record labels, here, have whatever you want.
Right.
Take whatever you want. And it's garbage. It's garbage what happens, when people start using someone. All they care about is bottom line, I think, in a lot of cases. It's something that requires, I think, the fandom to call out from time to time, and I like what's this Doofenshmirtz, what is his name? This evil this evil guy that's taken over.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz?
Yeah, Dr. Doofenshmirtz. No, what's his name? There's a V in there. He's at Warner Brothers, he's canceling everything. He's got everybody scared. What's that?
Zaslav?
That's it. That's the guy. That's the guy.
With a Z,
That is not Dr.
Zaslav,
Doofenshmirtz.
that's right. Doofenshmirtz.
I was thinking
So
about
this
the
guy-
cartoon when you said that.
Yeah, so this guy, he's canceling Batgirl, and and then you've got Kevin Smith, who used to have all of my respect.
He
Kevin
needs
Smith
help.
was
He needs-
one of my favorite people in the world, and yeah, it just he's like, oh well, this is bad for them to cancel this because of a Hispanic. No, stop it. What's worse is for a Hispanic woman to play the lead in a crap movie. Like, give them a good movie to play in. And I like that they said, well, she might have an opportunity to play this role again, just not in this movie. This movie ain't gonna be seen, which says that it ain't the actress's fault. It was just crap choices all the way around, right? And it's nice
I
to
like
see
that.
that
She was really graceful about it getting canned too.
Yeah.
So I hope she gets a good
Yeah.
opportunity.
I wouldn't want to be in something that was going to be embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen what's happened. Ryan Reynolds with a lot of things. and
Is it worth it to just put it out there? You spend $90 million on a project and
No, it's
just
not.
scrap it.
no,
I
it's
mean,
not.
Is it really that?
the money
It's gotta be-
waste kind of
It can't be
blows me
that
away.
bad.
But here's the thing. No, the money wasn't wasted. Think about this. All that money went to pay someone, right? Right? The actor still got paid. the people that did all the production stuff still got paid.
No,
Right?
well, it's not a waste for them. It's a waste for whoever funded that whole movie. And
I don't
then
care
decided
about
they're
them.
not going to get paid.
They're rich.
Yeah.
They can suck
yeah.
it.
I mean, the thing is,
Oh no, I was just saying it was
Probably,
a
like-
surprising.
Sure,
business
yeah,
move.
yeah.
you can say, you know, oh, they wasted all this money, but why waste even more?
Yeah, because I mean, you're gonna
Like,
take it to
you would
box
have to
office.
spend-
70 to
spend on
90 million is
promotion.
already a huge amount. Why waste an extra 20 to make it either 90 to 120, 110, you know?
Welcome, Rion. We got another channel member with us tonight. It's good to have you. We are doing well. We are doing well tonight. Yeah, but I think it was a smart move to cancel it, and you know, it's like, you know, but pretty much now I think is when Kevin Smith opens his mouth, I don't listen as much as I used to. I used to care
Like,
what
he
thought.
could
what
really
he
use the
thought.
help. He needs the people around
Yeah.
him to stop enabling him and go
And,
get
yeah,
some help, bro.
I like that he's not
You're
fat anymore
crying
and that
over
he's
stupid
healthy.
shit. You're a grown ass man. Get
Here's
some.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. As a grown man who almost died, okay, and understand his health almost killed him, right? I understand that
Yeah.
changes the way you think and the way you feel. I do cry about a lot more than I used to, but I'm also a little meaner than I used to be because I'm like, I didn't almost die to deal with your crap. Stop being stupid, you know. Yeah, this I think Luke Stone's rule for life
I
number
think,
4.
like, because I'm on medication for some stuff, it has never crossed my mind to pull out a recording device every time I'm crying, especially if I'm crying over
Yes.
something stupid like, I just watched a
Yes.
cartoon.
Yes, yes,
I'm
exactly.
still crying about it. It's
Well,
so beautiful. Like,
Well, welcome Mike Jimmy to the chat.
Marvel,
Welcome Mike
latest
Jimmy.
Marvel trailer.
yeah,
Masterpiece.
he's clout. I really believe is a drug. It is addicting, and people need rehab for it. And I think he needs help.
But if you got 1 million views for crying,
Meaner.
you know, would you cry more?
At the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? It's about views and likes and
Maybe if I
and
got
engagement.
$1 million.
I mean, we heard we heard EVS talking to Nerd Ed about this. You know, about Tristan about, you know, he said the reason why her sponsor got pulled wasn't because of this other guy's video, but it was because she wasn't getting engagement. Man, how many times we hear that word engagement? You know, we look, it's like, man, this tweet doesn't get engagement. I'll tell you what doesn't get engagement. I don't do this on my Twitter, but I do this on my Facebook. I'll just, like, during my Bible studies, whatever I'm reading that day, I'll just take one of the verses and I'll just post it up on the Facebook. And I'm going to tell you what people don't like? Verses that say stuff they don't like. I get more hate over
Especially
stuff
on
I didn't
Facebook.
write.
Oh my god.
I get more hate over stuff I didn't write from people who pretend to be my friend than for any of the mean crap I ever say. And I'm saying a lot of mean crap these days. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, mean, truth, you know, tomato,
Whatever,
tomato.
yeah, whatever it is. But I used to care what Kevin Smith used to have to say about things. But, you know, he's kind of lost, you know, I think you're right. I think somebody needs to be like, listen, Kevin, suck it up. You know what? Guess what? The fans aren't just being mean because they didn't like your politics for He-Man. He-Man sucked. I mean, Masters of the Universe, it friggin' sucked. Okay, you just screwed the pooch, man. You dropped the ball. You haven't been the same since Yoga Hosers. Okay, like it's like it's not working, buddy. We gotta hit reboot, reset, flip
It's
the script, man.
self-destructive behavior, and
back.
that's what makes me think that, you know, something's wrong and he needs help. More than anything is he's actively destroying his own audience. He's getting emotional and destroying his own audience. So he's not thinking level-headed. I get it, people get emotional, but like this is self-destructive. So
Yeah, it is. But I'll
yeah,
tell you
I'm not
what's
saying dudes can't
self-destructive.
cry. I mean, I do still think it's weird to like cry at cartoons.
Well, okay, it is weird to cry
Unless
at
the
cartoons.
cartoon itself is sad, because cartoons can make me cry if they're sad. If
No,
they're trying to make me cry, but
I cried at The Land Before Time. I'm not gonna lie.
Bambi,
But
man,
I was
can't
also a
do
little
Bambi.
kid. I was also a little kid when I did it. Now I've cried at a couple of movies as an adult.
Yeah, when I say grown ass man, I mean he is demeaning himself, and it's not benefiting him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to have people around you that can
That'll be
tell
honest
you
with
no.
you.
That can,
Don't
yeah.
surround yourself with
I mean-
yes men. That enables
You
yes
know, the
men
saddest
is
thing to me.
what
Yeah.
it's why Ezra Miller happens.
Yeah.
I mean, the saddest thing about Kevin Smith's He-Man is the animation is really freaking good. Like, Powerhouse Studio is just a powerhouse studio. Like, the animation is super clean and nice.
Yeah, it is.
Story
Looks
sucks.
good. Story sucks.
Like,
It's
10
like-
out of
it's-
10 animation.
Yeah. It's like
2 out of 10 story.
I can't get down with it these days, you know? Well, my
Is that
daughter.
better or worse than what happened to Thundercats?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad too. But, okay, so my daughter and my son are huge Voltron fans when they rebooted it, when they redid it, right? And they watched all of it, I think it was 3 or 4 seasons. They stopped at season 3. They said season 4 doesn't exist to us. Now, that's pretty bad. They don't have any politics. I mean, these are young people. They don't have politics. You know, there's, they're not voting yet. But, they didn't like it. They could tell, like, when it went woke, they were done with it. It's like, yeah, it's like this. It's kind of weird. It's like it doesn't hit
The
right.
Voltron a lot, or like I know some things about the Voltron on Netflix where studio executives went, "Hey, the dude who had the Black Lion, I forgot his name,
Yeah.
he's really popular. Bring him back," because they were gonna kill him off, like straight kill him off, and then like a hero sacrifice type thing, and unfortunately people really liked him, so they had to go, let's rewrite a lot of weird janky things, and then a lot of fans started doing shipping, and they're like, I guess we're just gonna randomly also try to appease shipping fans, and then it became like a weird, like, 2 major left turns out of nowhere. One, executives kind of calls on, hey, this character's popular, the toys are selling well, you can't kill them off, and they're like, we kind of already did. They're like, make it ambiguous and bring them back somehow.
Gotta fix it, man. You're killing our wallet. You gotta fix it.
Yeah.
I think.
And then the other thing was just basically Tumblr going, we're shipping this character to be with someone, and they're like, well, make him, I guess.
Well, here's
gay.
the deal. I think what they do is, I guess.
They lost the plot, is what they did.
Yeah, there's this thing. I guess I learned this new word today, watching that stupid debate. Queer coding, I guess. Queer coding is a thing. I'd never heard of this before in my life. I'm like, great.
Look, if somebody
one more stupid thing I got to try to remember.
If a character winks at another character, then everybody will go, "Oh, they're queer coded. They were always gonna be."
Me and my friends used to joke about crap like that all the time, and like, I mean, we didn't broke back each other,
Right.
I mean, we were just dudes being silly,
Hey, Do you know it's 2022? You're not allowed to be comfortable with your sexuality. You have to say no homo after every interaction that you make.
Just to be clear.
Otherwise, you're clearly queer coded.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
I clearly don't care what
a
you
lot when studying the story of Gilgamesh. If you're familiar with that story, he has like a best friend.
Yeah.
And you're like, that was queer coded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a best friend means that you cannot have a best friend without wanting to do them in the shower. Like.
Wow.
It's like, his best friend died, and he decided he had to become immortal. I'm like, that's weird. That's not queer coded, but whatever. Okay.
But but whatever. I didn't care. If one of my friends would have. We had this one friend. We had this one friend that he played music around with us and stuff. And one day he said, "Guys, I got something to tell you." He said, "I'm gay," and we're like, "Yeah, we know." He goes, "What do you mean you know?" It's like, dude, like,
You're
we
queer
know.
coded.
No, we didn't. Well, like, it wasn't that. It was like, dude, seriously, like, we know. Well, how did you know? You didn't care? Like, if we would have cared, we would have said something. We were just kind of waiting for you to figure it out, dude. I'm like, we could tell. I mean, we could tell. We weren't stupid. But here's the deal. So yeah, so this queer coding or whatever, I don't know. Like they got to do that. Everybody's got to ship things, and then I think what they do is they give lip service to the alphabets, right? And then they don't deliver well on the lip service that they give. So what they wind up doing is kind of ticking off their hardcore conservative crowd. They start ticking off their kind of middle of the road people because it sounds like they're all like, SJW and crap or whatever. And then they're ticking off the alphabets because, they don't follow through with anything. It's like, whatever. That's why I just kind of give up on mainstream stuff. But, we've been talking about a lot of dysfunction.
The thing is that there's a reason they're called the minority. If you want the minority of money at the cost of the majority of the money, that's apparently what they're doing. They're like, we would like to make less money. So we're going to cater to less people instead of lots of people.
The bottom line is that they were catering to the ESG dollars, the environmental, social, and the ESG dollars. If they check the right boxes, they're going to get that money from the government. And so it doesn't matter how many customers that they're turning away by their behavior, by giving us all the middle finger and things like that. They're getting more money from the government than they did or would from the fans. So they don't care about the fans anymore, and it shows.
So it's basically like entertainment welfare.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. Well, you know what? Screw that. So we've talked about a lot of dysfunction, but I want to talk about some reptile dysfunction.
All right.
A true minority.
Love it.
A true minority. We're talking about a 4-armed reptile gunslinger in the Old West. So, you like that segue? I've been working on that for like 44 minutes.
Oh,
44 minutes and 40 seconds I've been working on that.
He was waiting for the perfect opportunity to pull that out.
And that's what she said. I'm sorry. I got to give it. Sorry. Here you go. I'm so slow on the clips today. But yeah,
That's what she said.
All right. So you got a video. Let's just watch the video. And you're going to have to walk me through this because there's so much going on in this book. I don't know. I don't even know what year it is by the time I get done watching this video. Let's watch your video and then you tell us about Projectile Reptile. See, I keep wanting to say erectile reptile.
Yeah.
I can't, man. It's like,
It's your inner 12-year-old.
Yes, it is. I'm like, Luke, you're going to screw this up. You're going to screw this up. So I just lean into it, Here we go. Let's check this out.
Gunslinger Desmond Gibbons, better known across the Wild West.
Oh, let me back that up.
Infamous gunslinger Desmond Gibbons, better known across the Wild West as the Cactus Kid, comes to the sleepy town of Clarkson. Trouble finds him in the unlikeliest of sources, the sheriff. After their conflict, the Cactus Kid finds himself inexplicably wearing the badge of a lawman. Later, while on the trail of a serial killer, he and his deputy run afoul of a powerful druid, and the events that lead to the Cactus Kid's transformation into the hulking, 4-armed projectile reptile are even more than the druid bargained for. From the Wild West to current-day Los Angeles, where he meets superheroes Black Eagle and Red Hawk, and forms an uneasy alliance with the stunning but deadly Kitty Hawk. Join the Projectile Reptile on a journey of gunslinging druidic magic, superheroes, and artifacts. Projectile Reptile from Dojo Kun Comics, only on Indiegogo. Are you ready for the truly Wild West? Infamous gunslinger.
I don't think any of us are ready. We're going to EFAP the crap out of this, okay? So here, okay, all right. So we're going to take this in chunks.
Okay.
I just have one question.
I'd like that. You got a question? I got a million.
I want to know, is he going to Alex Jones with this? Because, on the cover it looks like lizard people, so I feel like this is all Alex Jones's territory right here.
Yeah, they're turning the freaking frogs gay. I'm sorry, but that's a pretty good Alex impersonation. I don't care who you are. All right, let's take this in chunks. All right.
Desmond Gibbons, better known across the Wild West.
We're going to get to my first question.
The Cactus Kid comes to the sleepy town of
I'm
Clarkson.
following it so far.
Trouble finds him in the unlikeliest of sources, the sheriff. After their conflict, the Cactus Kid finds himself inexplicably wearing the badge of a...
Okay. Inexplicably, it's your dang job, Dojo, to explain to me why the crap he's wearing the badge. How did he go to fight the sheriff and now he's got the badge?
Oh, yeah, I can't tell you that. Are you kidding me? That's definitely part of the story that you'll have to see.
Really quick, I just want to know, how many pages is this book?
This is 48 pages.
You do all of this in 48 pages?
Each act, like each section gets 2 pages. Holy crap, man. 48 pages. Okay, so that's question number 1. Okay.
So it
was
is
like
inexplicable.
It's like a whole book right here. You could write a whole book about his
just that.
man problems.
Just that right there. That's a 24-page issue for me.
The Cactus Kid was going to be an all-Western, but 2 things happened. Number 1,
you got high and decided that you're going to just...
I've never been high, so you can't throw that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I realized that I've never written a Western before, and it would have to be like the best Western, just get that best Western. It would have to be the best Western to really capture the fans.
I prefer La Quinta.
And then number 2, I wanted this character, after I started writing it, I really wanted him to be a part of the connected superhero universe, and for him to be set in the old American West and stay there, that wasn't going to work. So some things had to change.
Clearly, some things have to change. Okay, so that was question number 1. Let's go on.
Okay.
Lawman. Later, while on the trail of a serial killer, he and his
On the trail of a serial killer.
That's a whole other plot.
That's a whole other plot, dude.
Book.
That's another 24-page book for me. Okay? So we're up to 48 pages now for me. 48 pages now. Okay?
So what's the question?
My question is, that's only 21 seconds of the video. We're only 21 seconds into this pitch, and I've got 2 full issues.
You gotta keep things succinct or concise.
Okay. So, serial killer. Okay. An Old West serial killer. I'm intrigued right there. That intrigues me.
deputy run afoul of a powerful druid and the events that lead to the Cactus Kid's transformation
stop. Okay, so the fact that there's a druid didn't throw you at all?
No, I said it.
Well, yeah, but not as much as the other ones.
Yeah.
See, Neff, I think he's still in the chat. Neff asked me about that. He's like, how does a druid, which is, basically Celtic in nature,
End
get
up
to
in
the
the Old
middle
West?
of the American Old West?
Here's the thing.
What?
Yes, I wondered that. But at this point, I'm like, F it. Of course.
There's a lot of,
Why not?
Of course,
and stuff.
Why not?
Why his sci-fi guns here too.
Right. Now this is my other question, right? Forget the whole 4-armed reptile thing, which really sucks for this guy. Which sucks for this guy right away, because now he's got friggin' scales to worry about. I'm sure it's itchy like eczema. I don't know. There's probably a whole lot of things you can go on with there. But he's apparently hooking up pretty good from some of the covers you sent me.
Yeah,
it's
right?
not hurting his game at all, right?
Man, I'm impressed that he was able to find a tailor to add the extra armholes. And
They were killing it back then, and he
If
looks
you're writing
dapper.
for Marvel, that would be a whole nother book.
That would be a whole other book. Just
Him
finding a tailor.
Yeah. Them talking over coffee.
So I could have made this like a 6-7 issue series, is what you're saying.
I'm telling you. Yes, you could have. Laser guns. Okay, please. It's the Old West. Did the druid make the laser guns, or did they come from a? How the flip do the laser guns fit in?
So the laser guns don't come until he's in modern day Los Angeles, which I'm sure you're going to ask about in a minute.
Yes,
but
I'm headed there.
honestly, you're assuming that they're lasers. They're not.
I just said
Oh,
sci-fi
okay.
guns because they're clearly
Okay.
not Old West tech.
Well, they
Right.
also don't look like Los Angeles guns. Trust
Yeah.
me, I've seen
Yeah.
Los Angeles guns.
They're just props. He's an actor, right?
Okay, all right. So here we are. Here we are so far. All right,
Okay.
let's keep
armed
going.
projectile reptile are even more than the druid bargained for.
See, now this is this is a cool thing to have 4 arms for. You keep
Yeah.
2 hands on the buns, 2 hands on the guns, right?
That's right.
and the fact that you have not used that catchphrase yet, it's got me a little disappointed in your writing skills, Dojo. 2 hands on the buns, 2 hands on the guns.
T-shirt.
Okay,
Merchandise that.
I will give you that. That is yours, Dojo.
All right,
Brian, that
you
is
know what?
yours.
I'm going to run with that.
2 hands on the guns, 2 hands on the buns. This is the way it should be.
And by the way, bring in Ginger's back.
Hell
What's
yeah.
that?
I'm bringing Ginger's back. That
Oh,
girl
yeah.
not only has red hair, but she's got freckles on her
I see
face
that.
and her
tits.
and her tits. Yep.
I say tits.
I
My
am
mom.
happy. I'm happy
Here's the
to
thing.
see that.
My mom said tits all the time, right? As a Christian woman, she always called them tits. My wife does not like the word tits, so it drives her crazy when I say it. But here, for real, my wife, when we were dating, go over to my mom and dad's house for dinner, and my mom says, "Hand me a tit and a thigh
Oh, jeez.
for fried chicken." Instead of a breast and a thigh, she goes, "Hand me a tit and a thigh." So like she was very innocent. She was very innocent until I got a hold of her. She's a very innocent girl, and she's like, I thought she was gonna die. I thought she was gonna die right there. I saw her soul leave her body. Give me a tit and a thigh. So yeah, but I see that. A true ginger. Okay, let's keep going.
From the Wild West to current-day Los Angeles, where he
There we go.
And there it
Another
is.
book right here.
What? How? What?
Bad Man and the Sidekick. That's a whole nother
I'm telling
book.
you, that's a whole other book.
Yeah.
The fact from getting from the Old West to modern day Los Angeles.
And he just says it like it's just a matter of fact, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's just like, oh, whatever.
Okay,
Over
so
here.
there's this thing in writing that go, oh, and one thing led to another. It's like this. Okay, so, Hitler was rejected from art school. One thing led to another. The Allies invade Germany. What? Hold on. It is your
Yeah.
job as a writer to tell me what thing led to the other. Okay.
That implies like 2 things. 2
Well, here's the
steps,
thing.
maybe. Like,
It's my job as a writer to tell you that, but
Yeah.
not necessarily as an interviewee. So if you get the book, you'll see
okay.
what transports him from the American Old West to modern day Los Angeles, which, by the way,
Okay.
still is the Wild West. If you ever,
yeah.
you said
I'll
you've been to
give you
Los
that.
Angeles, so you
I'll
know.
give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
What? No, it's
Actually-
more like
Actually, I've not been to California. I refuse to go.
Oh, okay.
no, it's more like one point
do it.
of at one point in history, Adolf Hitler was rejected in art school. One thing left to another, and Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. Like,
Yeah, it's like what? How
you
does
got
that lead
Wild
to
West,
that? I need
you
help
got
here.
Bad Man.
I need help with this. I need help with this. Okay.
But it's
here
all
you
in one
go,
book.
You're introducing a bunch more characters.
Look how much more room we got to go. We got more video to go here.
Oh,
And I have more questions. I have
bet.
more questions.
You know,
meets superheroes Black Eagle and Red Hawk and forms an
Wait, is that queer coding?
No.
Okay, I had
That's
to
not
check.
to say that. That's not
I
to
never
say
said to
that
flop
there
together.
won't be any gay characters in my books. It's
Oh, I'm
just
not
that
worried about
it will
that.
never be about that.
Okay.
You know
Here's
what I
the-
mean? If they are, they are. Period.
Hey, here's a little spoiler for everybody. There's actually a gay character in the Hybrids universe that's already been introduced, but no one's talked about his sexuality because it doesn't matter.
It
Yeah.
doesn't.
It doesn't. Nobody cares. That has no impact on the story whatsoever.
Is it
At
a
some
hero?
point, man.
It's a hero.
He's a hero, yeah. He's a hero. So I'm gonna let everybody wonder now, which one of my core guys, and he's a guy. Which one of my core guys is the gay guy? So everyone will be wondering, is it Trash Man? Like, no, it's not Trash Man. He's clearly got a thing for chlorine. He did. It could be Rev. Could be Danny. Could be Bone. Could be Link. Could be Triple Play. Could be one or all of the Triple Plays. You don't know. Nobody knows.
What if they're like?
It can't be Bone.
Sorry, I got a
because
fanfic
knows
idea. I
that.
gotta write it down.
Right, yeah, we got all kinds of fun ideas. So I just want to say thank you for this. Because I've always loved thighs. My son, I was having a awkward conversation with my son, and I try to make light with these awkward conversations. And I was like, because we were talking about, puberty and things like that. And I was like, do you like girls? You like you girls, you guys, or whatever? What is it you into? And he goes, oh, I like girls. He goes, I love them thighs. And I go, man after my own heart. I'll tell you what. So I just want to thank you for this.
All right.
Easy alliance with the stunning but deadly Kitty Hawk. Join the Projectile Reptile on a journey of gunslinging druidic magic.
Gunslinging druidic magic.
It's gunslinging, comma, druidic magic, comma, superheroes, comma, and artifacts.
Comma.
You know what? This comic book, and I mean this with the utmost respect, and I hope you understand this, okay? This comic book reminds me of when I used to be a teenager and I would just go get whatever I wanted to eat. And I would have the cheese taco pizza, where you take a cheeseburger and a taco and you wrap it in a pizza and then you dip it in barbecue sauce. It's just got a little bit of everything.
Sounds great to me.
Well, that sounds really good. It sounds like a heart attack, but it sounds like
It was
really
delicious. It was delicious, but I actually don't encourage you guys to eat like that. That's it jacked up my flapper. You know what a flapper is, Dojo?
No.
So you've got this little flapper at the top of your esophagus that goes between breathing and swallowing. Then you got another flapper at your stomach that keeps the stomach acid from coming up.
That's actually a sphincter.
Well, I call it a flapper.
Okay.
Because I can't
thought
say
the
sphincter
was
without
at the other
laughing.
end.
We actually have 6 different.
We have 6
5
different
sphincters in the
yeah.
body.
It's a little closer like that, little sphincter.
There really is. Yep.
Yeah, a little kegel
shit.
muscle. I don't know how to, so I can't
It's like
kegel that thing.
Googling shit now.
But
I'm
it's-
like, what?
But so I call it my flapper, and I'll tell you what, eating like that'll jack up your flapper.
Ah, okay.
It will jack up your flapper. I'm telling you. I don't know if eating comics like this will jack up your flapper, but I mean we're gonna find out.
Apparently,
I'll
that
take
is
my
a
Tums and I'll
common Google search, so I don't feel bad anymore.
So one thing I got out of this trailer though is when you got druid magic and like Wild West gunslinger. So he's a spell slinger.
He's
Maybe.
Whoa. There are at
Maybe.
least 50
Oh,
to
are
60
those
different types of
spell guns?
sphincters in the human body. I still like that it was a common search and auto-filled for me.
I do want to say this. I think your art and your colors look great.
Oh, thank you.
I
This
really
one
like.
here, this picture you stopped on. Unfortunately, for the trailer, it got pixelated. It does
That's
not
fine,
look
though.
like that in the book.
It's fine. I can tell.
Yeah,
I can
I
tell.
think it was just because
I
it
know
was-
the difference. Yeah, I know the difference.
Yeah.
So I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you, I do. I appreciate the care that you've put in to this campaign. Okay. Unfortunately, your last campaign did not fund. You had a really nice cover drawn, but you weren't able to get it inked because of cost.
Right.
And the campaign was to try to get that inked and finished to go out to everyone, but that was somehow it was unclear in the campaign. This campaign is very clear. You've done a great job of communicating those things. You can tell you've put a lot of care and attention into the book and the campaign. I have a ton of questions, and these are good things that I've got questions. But let's continue. Let's finish up my questions.
Okay.
So
Superheroes and artifacts. Projectile Reptile from Dojo Kun Comics. Only on Indiegogo. Are you ready for the...
So here's my other question. How did you come up with the name Dojo Kun Comics?
Oh, well, the Dojo Kun are the 5 rules of the karate dojo. I've been a student ever since college, and like the first one, Hitoshi Kanko Kitsu Nusetu Morokoto.
I'll take your word for it.
I learned all 5 rules in Japanese far earlier than I was actually required to. As you take your belt tests, there's a point at which you have to know them in Japanese to get your black belt. Well, I'm not a black belt, and when I was asked at one of my earlier belt tests, do you know the 5 rules, the Dojo Kun? I actually said with a little bit of hubris, or hubris, however you want to say it. I said, do you want them in English or Japanese? And my sensei was like, really? He goes, all right, Japanese. And you could tell that he was like going to end that sentence with smart ass.
Yeah.
So I said them in Japanese, and the woman next to him, her name is Miho Higashi. He looked at her and she nodded like, yep, that was right. So I think that was the difference. I'll be honest with you. I think that was the difference in whether or not I earned that belt.
Nice.
Because I got them early. So yeah, the Dojo Kun are the 5 rules.
So that's what you could you
Can
tell
you
us what
do them in Japanese still?
I don't understand Japanese. I would like to know.
Because I want to kind of
they're
hear
in
that. 'Cause,
English.
I mean, that sounds kind of cool.
Hitotsu, Jikanku Kensei no Sutumeru Koto. Hitotsu, Regio Omansiru Koto. Hitotsu, Jinkaku. Whoops, sorry. Hitotsu, Jikanku Kensei ni
Taking our
Sutumeru
belts
Koto.
away.
It's been a few years. So to answer you though in English,
We might
they
know
are
the difference.
respect others,
Okay.
endeavor. Let me see. Respect others, endeavor. Seek perfection of character. Avoid violent behavior, which that one there, avoid violent behavior, almost sounds like it's contrary because after all, you're learning to fight. But Jinshin Funakoshi, the man who created Shotokan Karate, said right from the very beginning, the greatest fight ever won is the fight not begun.
Mhm.
So the very first things you learn in Shotokan Karate are how to block and throw and evade, not how to kick and punch. Because the idea is you're supposed to block, put them to the ground, and leave the fight, if it even gets that far. It's even better not to start the fight whatsoever. But better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't there one more? Didn't you only give us 4?
Wasashi's quote.
I'm sorry, what?
I think
Didn't you
that's
only
a
give us 4?
Wasashi quote.
I was going to say, didn't you only give us 4?
Oh, yes. Okay, so there was seek perfection of character, respect others, endeavor. Be faithful, avoid violent behavior. And the be faithful isn't necessarily spiritual, but it can be. It can be faithful to your relationships and, of course, faithful to your practice of dojo.
I like it.
Nice.
We do have one more request from Salazar Art Nation. Can you say Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto?
Of course I can. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
There you go, Frank. All right. So, Dojo, man, it's been great having you on tonight. Thanks for humoring my silly behavior. The book looks cool. It's going to be a wild ride. I can't believe you're pulling it off in 48 pages.
That's right.
Yeah, I like I said, the first two things you said would be 48 pages for me. I can't believe you're doing it. But I'm looking forward to see how you do it and how it happens. The link to the campaign is in the description, folks. So make sure to go there and check that out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around. I'm going to throw a little miracle grow on your screen. I want everybody to tell the audience where they can find you briefly, and any last parting words before we shut this thing down for tonight. Okay? And I'm going to start with Mr. Todd.
Okay, well, I am Redshift_comics on Twitter, and hope everybody has a good night. Thanks for having me.
Oh, hi. I'm on Adventures of Piper YouTube channel. Or just find out what I'm doing or where I'm at Piper's Adventure on Twitter. It's the easiest way.
Hi, I'm Dutton. You can find me here Tuesday nights between 10 and 11, like about half the time it seems like.
About half the time.
I'm Dojo, and you can find me on YouTube at Dojo Kun Comics, on Twitter at Dojo Kun Comics, and my website is dojokuncomics at .wixsite.com/Dojo Kun Comics, and all of my previous books are also available there for purchase. So
I'm noticing a theme, Brian.
I think it's good to keep with a theme.
Yeah, I think so. I've got a theme too. You can just visit LukeStoneStudios.com, sign up for the mailing list, sign up for everything we got going on. We are running a sign up right now for Rift Riders. Rift Riders will be launching on September 2nd. Looks like we're going to be over at Bancroft's channel to launch that piece. So
Awesome.
We should be wrapping up most of the details on that campaign this week. It's pretty excited about it. And I'm also doing a crowdfunding for my own website, so make sure to go to studios.com. Check that out. But I'll be talking about that tomorrow night at, is it 10 o'clock?
It's at 10 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern on
All
the
right.
Dojo Kun Chill Shack.
Same time, different station.
That's right.
Different day. So I'll be talking about that with Dojo tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have some fun and laughs over there too.
You bet we
Thanks
will.
everybody for showing up. The chat, the crispiest chat and all the CG. I don't know all this.
Crispiest, that's Nerd Bacon.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. That's the wrong show. The I don't know. The sick, I don't know.
Chat.
The cappiest chat. The cappiest. I don't know. Screw guys, you guys are awesome. Just thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let people know about this. And I know there's other people that stream on Tuesday nights, but I think we're way more entertaining. So I love those guys, but screw them. I've got to like that. I'm inviting everybody to suck it tonight. Telling everybody to screw it. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm just a real peach tonight. Real peach, real Georgia peach. All right, guys. Well, you have a good night. Remember, try to build up more than you tear down. Leave the wood pile a little bit higher than you found it. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you to be careful out there.
Let's be careful out there. Let's be careful out there. We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. Two Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see a 211, half a dozen 459, 218 W's a DTA, and several miscellaneous crimes. Homicide.